Hey, welcome back. I'm Chris and I'm here tonight.
My name's John. I'm still here.
And our special guest for this evening, in lieu of the ever wonderful Charles, is the equally wonderful.
Hello. Hi, I'm Chris. I'm also Chris.
Yeah, the other Chris.
Double Chris.
Yeah.
I mean, that's your stereo.
Chris
Ooh.
got Chris squared here.
The double triple Chris, as it was once called.
All right. Let's talk about a bit about why we chose this film when we have all of the films.
Well, this film is sort of one of a kind in lots of ways.
Yes, in that it is one of a trilogy.
Yes, and that is one of a trilogy. And like all good things, part of a trilogy. There are no good films that are not in trilogies. Saw,
That's what I've heard.
Star Wars, the other Star Wars, Back to the Future. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good one, though.
Back to the Future is amazing.
It's true.
Each one better than the last.
The Evil Dead series.
Evil Dead.
You've never seen them.
No, I haven't seen them. I know the character though, Ash.
They're good movies.
They're-
True. Not
Then he's a
trilogy,
TV series
though.
now.
Yeah, there is a TV
Ash
series.
versus Evil Dead.
Yeah, which is actually, I've only seen this first season of that, but it is actually surprisingly good.
Yeah. So in terms of what we're watching tonight, it is special because it is a movie that was groundbreaking, changed cinema forever, and then spawned a sequel that
Yeah.
we're actually watching tonight.
Yeah.
It is the wonderful,
The Dark Middle chapter.
the Dark Middle chapter, The Empire Strikes Back of the trilogy.
Oh, God.
It is Matrix Reloaded. Whew, what a banger. Oh, it started.
Oh, it's on. Oh.
Okay, so
Oh, hello, Trinity.
lots of green. Lots of green. So we know...
Oh, look at that CG.
I think it's held up well. I don't think you would make it any different today.
Well, I mean, The Matrix always has this thing of, because it is in a computer simulation, the CG looking like CG kind of, it gets away with it.
It works in its favor because technically it's kind of a video game.
But at the
It
same
is a simulation, so for things to look simulated.
at the same time, it is supposed to be fooling all of humanity that it's real. But
That's working fairly well for World of Warcraft.
13 million subscribers, guys.
Hey, look, World of Warcraft has got staying power.
It does.
If only because people are stubborn and they've already invested thousands of dollars.
Well, it's not the dollars; it's the hours.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Supernatural and other shows like that.
Oh.
I kind of,
Bloody 13 seasons deep, and I just have to keep watching it.
Yeah.
So as a first timer on the podcast, I'm just going to put it out there for the listeners. This is either going to make you love me or hate me. Never watched an episode of Supernatural. Don't intend to. Not interested.
Wow. I don't know
Yeah.
if I never will because I get bored all the time. But
It's a really
I've never
good
seen it
series.
either. It is?
Oh, okay.
I know it's got old mates.
Didn't mean
from-
to offend anybody.
That's
you
fine. I think any person who's watched the show and is a fan of the show should understand that, at least for me, it's 13 years of my life. I can't expect anyone just to be like, oh, I'll jump on that train.
Wait,
It's
is
fine.
that half of your life?
Oh, no.
Yes. It's half of my life.
Wait, is that only half
Wow.
of my life?
Yeah, I'm pretty young. As stated in one of the episodes, I'm 15.
Guys, is that the Nebuchadnezzar?
It's Nebuchadnezzar himself.
Oh, look at those joysticks.
Mate.
The Neb.
Oh,
The Neb.
look at this guy.
That is a great
It's an
name.
Australian thing. We shorten all our words.
The Neb. Nebo. Am I doing it right? Am I learning? I'm assimilating. I'm not one of those immigrants that you hear about.
Oh, hang on. The other guy was the guy from Lost.
Yes!
Michael. Is that Michael? So is
Yes.
that-
Discount
Yeah.
Heimdall I've been thinking of. About.
Discount.
Jeez.
Oh, Idris Elba. Now, they're
So,
he's
fan
a
casting.
man.
If we were remaking the film today,
Oh,
would we put
this film or the
Idris-
original?
that's a
If
good.
we would put Idris in the trilogy, we're going to remake it in its entirety, shot for shot.
All right, cool.
Idris for Morpheus?
That's a. Ooh,
No,
that's,
for this guy.
For this guy. For small time, unimportant character Link.
Yeah.
He doesn't do anything that the two guys from the first one of whom we didn't even see die on screen, couldn't have done.
It's true.
Like there was Tank and Dozer. Dozer dies,
Yeah.
Tank lives, but then is gone.
Was this guy in the first movie?
No.
He was not.
Okay.
He is the brother of one of the other two, or the
Right.
cousin, or
Yeah, he's not the brother.
What are they talking
he's not
about?
the third brother.
He's not the third brother. Yeah.
I hear this guy, Keanu Reeves, looking as young as ever.
He could just play himself.
Who knows?
Or, Adam Driver. There's been comparisons between Adam Driver and Keanu Reeves.
Adam Driver emotes a bit more. I'm not sure if that's a good or bad thing.
He can switch it off
What are
and
you
on.
talking
reckon
about?
he
Look at
can just-
Keanu. He's emoting. He's currently emoting deadpan face.
Yeah.
You would too if you're in the
Disinterest.
world of
Basically,
not the Matrix.
disinterest and mild confusion.
That's how I live most of my life.
Yeah. That's how I get through a good deal of my interactions.
by all accounts, though, Keanu Reeves is the nicest guy you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Charlie, did Charlie talk about this in another one, or did we end up on the cutting room floor? He told a story about Keanu coming into the ice rink where he worked.
and just being super nice.
Just being super chilled
Yeah.
and enjoying ice hockey.
But I've also just the stories you read is it's like Bill Murray in the sense that his
turtleneck.
his
Chokers.
reputation precedes him a bit more. Where
Alligator skin coats. This movie had
Those
everything.
two there, so that lady with the...
Jada Pinkett Smith.
yep,
Is that Jada Pinkett Smith? Yeah,
it
right.
is.
Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yeah, I drink words.
3 women, one of whom
Look, I'm a
famous
lightweight.
pop
I'm
star.
halfway through a beer. The guy that's next to her, they're the two protagonists in the
Into the Matrix
Into
game.
the Matrix, the video game. Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
true.
Niobe and Ghost.
yeah.
They were
Yes.
supposed to be.
Thank you. Well done.
Yeah.
They were
That's
sup-
10 points right there. For are we keeping score? Should
We are.
Yeah, good.
Sure.
Into the Matrix was at the time they sold it as part of the trilogy.
Yeah.
Wherein the movies was part 1.
Yep.
Into the Matrix was part 2, and the Animatrix was part 3 of the
Animatrix
trilogy.
was all right. That had some good bits.
The Animatrix, I think some parts of the Animatrix are better than some of these films. The first
Yeah. Oh.
film is perfect,
I'm gonna-
and would probably be better if it was the only thing.
the
there
the
was.
Matrix.
Yeah.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
can keep Path of Neo, the video game, because it's essentially just the plot of the first game.
Yeah.
What about the Matrix Online?
I haven't.
What? There was
How
a
much-
There was an
More-
there was an MMO. Yeah,
an MMO.
I've heard of
Yeah.
this.
It got shut down after a few years, but
just from being uninteresting.
I didn't play it, so I can't really comment. But it obviously did not
Interest
stick
you?
around.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it was. If I'm being honest, I probably would have played it if my internet was up to the task at the time. But
Thanks, Malcolm.
well, I can't really blame Malcolm for that one.
Thanks, Kevin.
But
Kevin 07.
probably even
My man.
probably more Johnny, really.
J. Howe.
Yeah.
That wasn't the name, was it?
Well, it is
What's
now.
his name?
Yeah, but that's a new
Just
name.
J Dog, really.
J-Dog?
Just J Dog.
J-Dog. Johnny Boy.
Oh, is this Agent Smith coming up to the?
I think so, and he goes bang, bang.
We'll find
I
out.
don't
think it's
remember
just-
this.
I think
at
it's
all.
just knocking, but yeah.
Jada Pink and Smith.
Jada Pink and Smith. What's weird to me is that they all meet in the Matrix. I don't understand why they do that.
Like, not just meeting Zion.
Yeah. Or just park their
safer?
ships together.
I guess it's.
That might be a bit too.
Maybe they're in different parts of the world.
Oh,
It might be
whatever.
riskier
Is
that
it?
way.
Because they're all clumped together, right?
Because, I mean, then you. I don't know. How do you hide that kind of energy output?
Yeah, and I guess in this scenario, if one of their ships gets attacked by squiddies, 3 or 4 of them die. Whereas if they're all together and their ships get attacked by squiddies, they all die.
It's true.
So,
And this allows them to be strategically placed in different locations, and then jack into the Matrix and meet up.
if
Does it matter where you are in the real world as far as jacking into the Matrix? You can jack into any city.
I'm pretty sure it's like a.
well, it doesn't seem like there are multiple cities in the Matrix.
We're not aware of any.
No, it seems like
Just
all the
New York.
action takes place in this one New Yorkish kind of city, right?
I mean, you're right. As far as I'm aware, that you don't really see anything else.
No,
but
nothing at all.
I've always assumed that the setup is supposed to be that we could be in the Matrix right now.
Yeah, but
So,
yeah,
like the understanding then would be that it's a worldwide thing, but I don't know. I don't think there's anything. Maybe we need to study up on our Matrix lore.
yeah. Maybe there probably is law, isn't there?
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, I know that
there's
there
comics.
was
for
a
this.
good deal of fan theory at the time.
I was about to say at the very least there'd be some pretty hot fanfic out
No,
there.
absolutely, or fanfic.
Yeah.
Smith Neo slash fic.
Ooh. I'm more about the Smith Morpheus slash.
Smith Morpheus one.
Yeah, that's some hot
As in
stuff.
Morpheus.
Smith the character or
That's-
Jada Pinkett Smith? Because Morpheus Jada Pinkett Smith is actually in the film.
my slash fanfic about the interrogation scene in the first movie.
Oh, I see.
Mate,
Yeah.
Please
that-
leave the room.
Is that why Morpheus ends up so beaten and bloody?
Oh,
What were you doing? They just come in.
What were you doing?
I don't think he heard.
He doesn't know. Yep, there he is. I like how Neo's gone like with this new suit.
Oh,
Ooh, has a dirty mic head bit plucked.
do they think that Agent Smith is dead at this point because he blew him up in the first one?
Yes.
Correct. Yep. There's
So-
no reason to believe he's not dead.
Yeah.
I have read
Oh, right. These are other agents.
the
right
other
now.
agents, yeah, not Smith. Smith is sort of this looming thing on the side until about 10 minutes from now.
Whoa, they can finish each other's sandwiches.
One thing I got to say about the Matrix films, I can't remember much about the Revolutions, but even in this one, what does still remain well above board is essentially the music. It's amazing.
The music is
The
good.
soundtracks are really good.
I like the fight scenes as well. I think they're well choreographed.
Yep.
Got to give Chow Yun Fat some props for that.
Yeah.
If you
Words.
were, if Matrix was being made now,
Yeah.
if we were in the Matrix, what would the cool guys who were like on the outside trying to get in, what would they wear now? Presumably black trench coats and sunglasses all the time would be a little bit more obvious. Or maybe is that the point? Because they blend in here. Because everyone's well dressed. But in Australia, what would the resistance wear? Would they just wear like
Crocs.
or just like stubbies and thongs and VB?
It's hipster clothing.
It would be, wouldn't it? It would be like
Yeah, it's an
capri pants,
No,
and
what
boat shoes with no socks.
They're underground guys. I don't know. Could
Well,
be.
I wouldn't know. I'm so
could be like-
mainstream.
It's yeah, exactly.
I'm dangerously mainstream. That's a big moon, isn't it?
Whoa.
Yeah. Why is this? Is he?
Oh man. Like it's not very inconspicuous, Neo.
No, it isn't at all. But this is it. He's waking people up, isn't he?
Isn't the job of the one to be able to not just save Zion but save all of the humans
Yeah.
all of humans.
What I didn't.
in the Matrix?
Yeah. What I didn't
To
realize.
unplug them all.
I didn't realize at the time. Neo's effectively wearing a dress, right?
Oh, don't shame him, dude.
I'm not
He can wear
shaming
what he
him.
wants. They're in a white room.
Yeah, it seems kind of weird that they need to be in a sort of Matrix copy to do this. I feel like they have computers in the real world. They don't need to be. They're already sitting in chairs.
Yeah, but surely it's like the UI, right? Like the ability to have.
I guess maybe your reactions could be faster because you're effectively jacked directly to the computer rather than interfacing properly with your fingers.
Also, you don't. Depending on what program it is, it's been established that normal rules as far as the universe is concerned may not apply. So you may be able to think or perform tasks faster
True.
in that simulation.
And you may not need to take, breaks
and-
as often. Yeah,
for sure.
And you could learn the program faster because Neo learns kung fu.
Immediately.
Off-
Is this the one where they have
the mini
the massive dance orgy scene?
Yes,
Coming up.
they make an excellent parody of that in the MTV Matrix Reloaded parody.
the 2003 MTV movie.
Yeah,
Awards.
with
It's so good.
with Justin, JT, and Sean William Scott.
Yeah.
Where has he been?
Sean Pyle.
Sean
Was
Pyle,
he
Wait,
Neo?
Willie.
Sean William Scott?
Mr. Anderson.
No, he was Mr. Smith.
He was Trinity and then Smith and then Trinity again.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen this parody.
Spoilers. It's actually pretty funny. It's probably better than the film. Wet Willie, Mr.
So remind me,
Anderson.
guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do the machines just not know where Zion is, or do they just can't get into Zion?
A mix.
They don't know where it is.
I mean, it's deep underground.
Yeah.
Near
I guess
the
there
Earth's
is a lot
core.
of Earth.
I
Yeah.
think they're able to know
Still,
where it
there's a lot of
is, I
machines.
guess, in cyberspace because they want, in the first one, they wanted the access codes to its mainframe. So they're probably aware of how to get to its mainframe, but they just don't know what the access codes are. That's what Agent Smith is interrogating Morpheus about. But perhaps maybe they don't know where its physical location exists.
Ooh.
We know who it cast as that guy. random kind of beefy white guy.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the guy. The guy who plays the Tick in Kronk.
The original Tick or the current Tick? Because the original Tick was
Whoever voices Kronk
who's Kronk?
from Emperor's New Groove.
I would say Empress New Groove.
Chris.
I'm missing a lot of Disney.
I'm forgetting his name, but Peter Serafinowicz is the new Tick.
Okay.
But I think you're talking about the old dude that's in like Family Guy and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's also
Oh,
in,
he's American Dad. He's the voice of American Dad.
Yeah.
No, I've lost it. I had it and lost it. It was in Drew Carey's show
that's
as well
the guy.
at some point.
I don't believe it.
Patrick Warburton.
That's
Warburton.
it. Yeah,
I was
Warburton.
thinking Patrick Bateman. I knew it was in there somewhere.
No, that's definitely
That's a
not.
different guy.
It's the character.
Yeah, not as beefy.
Ripped as hell, but no, Patrick
Is it a
Warburton.
bomb?
Lemony Snicket in the new Lemony Snickets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd cast him in this for sure.
Neo's got like a bomb on his shoulder or like a keypad from a phone.
Yeah, it's future tech, man.
But it's like low tech, future tech.
Yeah, well, that's.
Dystopian cyberpunk.
But isn't that what this movie is like? In the real world, like.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, future tech. Because it is set in the near future. So the war between the humans and the machines that becomes the Matrix is in the near future. Mm-hmm. And then this presumably is an unknown amount of time after that.
I feel like they talk about it at one point.
You
Like
actually
it's actually
see-
quite a while off.
You
but-
do see the date for the Nebuchadnezzar's built in like 2069.
Right.
Oh, so not anywhere near as far as I thought.
I thought it was.
But
yeah,
that's
I guess
when the
it's-
Nebuchadnezzar was built, and it looks pretty old.
And this is the 90s. Like it was made in the 90s. So
This is
Oh, this is
2003,
2003,
but the original was 1999. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm thinking from the Animatrix. There's a really amazing Second Renaissance. I think the episodes are called, and it's literally the blow by blow of how the war breaks out initially between humans and machines. And
It's the animated one. Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
hang on. Sorry.
it's
I
the
mean,
cartoony one.
yeah.
Cartoonish ones.
And there's like a sick bit where you see humans in the big mecha guys, and Squiddy's flying through like normal looking human things. We see them flying around in this, but you don't think much of it when you see them flying over grass under a blue sky. They just look really bizarre. And then like tearing open mech suits like a can, and then just grabbing human beings and ripping their torsos out because their arms and legs are strapped in. It's pretty graphic, and
Yeah.
it's
I haven't seen it for so
that's
long.
why they
been a long
didn't
time,
do it
yeah.
live action. Besides cost, is that you couldn't do stuff. There's some pretty like
It's pretty gory.
grisly stuff. I don't know what it was here, but
it's
it was
super dark as well. And I'm going to speak for Charlie, I know who'll be listening, but there's that one scene in it with the woman robot who's just like help. It's dark. It's chilling.
Oh, yeah.
no one's
So-
helping her. There's some crazy themes in that Animatrix.
well. It's interesting now because I thought about that scene today.
yeah.
And I also thought about something else in light of the fact that this is a film series made by two trans women. And there like that scene where you've got sort of like a robot who just wants to live her normal life, being unable to do so by this group of men who sort of out her and then beat her to death. It's now looking back on it, it's an interesting.
It's interesting.
I'm not
It's
sure if it was intentional or
super heavy.
Yeah, it's really heavy.
The Animatrix one that stuck with me a bit is I think there's one where it's like it's set in the Matrix, but it's a girl like going to like a haunted house or so.
I don't even think I remember that one.
I think it's a girl and she goes to an abandoned building and there's glitches in the Matrix happening there, right? And she doesn't really know what they are, but it's sort of like, it's sort of a haunted house
Yeah.
sort of thing. I don't really remember.
Maybe we should have
specifics
watched
about
the
it, but-
Animatrix.
Yeah,
instead
maybe
of this.
maybe that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
There's an old white dude on screen. Must be time for exposition.
Yeah, Tonks is gorgeous.
So we've had a jump forward in narrative again. Link is getting his balls busted by his wife for having a dangerous job. I mean, that's the thing. Let's say you were in the situation, right? You've been woken up.
You're woke.
You're in Zion now, and there's the opportunity to get on a ship, go do some Matrix hacking, possibly die. The objectives seem kind of unclear to me as well. Like, what's the end game? What are they?
Are they just trying to wake more people up?
Yeah, that's the win condition, right? Just more people woken up, fewer people in the Matrix. But the
Well, the more people you have that are woken up, like the bigger army, I guess you have.
I guess so, yeah. And
But it's also
breed
more mouths.
people-
I mean, how do you go about recruiting people? I mean,
Sorry.
in the first one, in the Nebuchadnezzar, it had like 6 people, and we know at least they'd been there because for at least 9 years, because Cypher had mentioned that he's been doing this for 9 years.
He had been there for a long, long time.
And
yeah.
we're not sure what the casualties are, the turnover rate, I guess, of humans. But you can't say that ship alone has been freeing many humans. But maybe there's
But
only a certain amount of people who can be on a ship.
That ship alone was just looking for the one. So I
Yep.
don't think they had lost any people in ages.
Really?
No, because they were just doing recon. Because that's Morpheus' whole thing. He doesn't think
Surely
that
more
war-
people would be looking for the one because it's
yeah,
the one.
Yeah, no, more people might be looking for, but I mean that
But-
in terms of their other condition, they're
Yeah,
not trying
I
to
remember,
wake people up. They're
like-
trying to find the one.
Morpheus was also like kind of an outcast in a way because he was looking for the one and believed in it. Not everybody.
No.
Well,
Sure,
he'd be
sure.
conditioned to believe in it because the Oracle has said you will be the one that
Yeah.
finds the one as well. So he's
Yeah,
like, cool,
but he
I'll be the
believed
one.
that as well.
I'll be looking for it.
Oh, Captain Exposition is back.
Oh, we're about to have our sweet rave orgy.
Yep. Morpheus, what can we expect of this orgy? Machines!
Yeah!
It's seriously this parody. I can't stress it enough.
It holds up so well.
If you can pause the podcast, go and watch the parody. Come back if you like.
And while you're at it,
if
you have time,
if you feel like it.
come back.
also watch the Jack Black Spider-Man parody from MTV Movie Awards.
I haven't even seen. I'm gonna have to
It's
pause
amazing.
the recording of the podcast.
and then we'll do an episode on the original Spider-Man.
Paradise, yeah,
Yep.
the original Spider-Man. Too many Spider-Men.
Too many Spider-Man. I think we should do a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man at some point.
I love the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans.
I
We should
know
watch
you do.
Spider-Man 3 because that would classify as a movie you could talk through because you're not watching it. Chris will probably sit that one out. I like that Morpheus has like electro nipples.
Yeah, I
He has real nipples.
I was just thinking about John Wick actually.
Yeah?
Have you guys seen John Wick 2?
I haven't.
have.
Sorry, Ali.
I definitely have seen it, yeah.
I love that. Yeah, so Morpheus, he has a
Lawrence Fishburne.
yeah, has a bit of a part in there, and it's it's a nice little Keanu
Reunion,
and
yep.
Keanu and Lawrence
Fishburne.
Fishburne getting it back together, getting the band back together.
Yeah.
And he's kind of at that. He's kind of like that philosophical dude. But he lives with pigeons as well. So I don't know. But it was nice. It's that heartfelt little fuzzy feeling. Getting the.
I really enjoyed it. It was good.
together.
I need to
And the
rewatch.
world was left open for them.
Oh, there's definitely another movie coming.
Yeah,
for sure.
John Wick 3.
Oh, no doubt.
Dude, they pretty much
wow.
said, hey, we're doing another one.
It's the dark middle chapter.
And
of
honestly,
the John Wick
it's
trilogy.
a really good trilogy that it'll be.
Yeah?
Like the first two are, the second one's solid, eh?
I actually
Yeah,
feel
that's
like
good.
at the time, this movie, wow, that's some green screen. That is some hectic green screen.
No, it's totes.
They found a really
He's
big
a different
cave and-
color to everything.
Wow.
And that's not being racist.
Maybe it's not like. Maybe it's not green screen. Maybe it's just like really harsh lighting.
Maybe it's really harsh.
Because even when it's filming him from below, he has that harsh sort of blue lighting on him. But
He just looks in a different focus.
but at the same time, where he is standing, that set behind him, it's probably not a whole lot of room for a film crew. So maybe it is just green screened.
Oh, wow. Here comes the rave.
Oh, here we go, the drummer boys. Oh, it gets wet, doesn't it?
It
Yeah,
gets
it's-
wet, dude.
Oh, mate. Yeah, it's damp.
It's not just sweaty damp, is it? I guess I'll find out. I just need to-
Most raves and all concerts They're
are
not
wet.
adding
They
extra
get-
water.
They get wet.
Sometimes I've seen singers sort of throw their water bottle on the crowd, like flip it at them.
Yeah.
And I guess when you end up wet later, you can convince yourself that, no, it's the singer. He threw water at me.
It's certainly
I
not.
don't know why it smells like this.
I have
always-
a really gross, sweaty mosh pit story to
Yeah,
share.
please.
Love to hear it.
Appropriate
It's the
for this
It's
scene.
so
perfect time.
So this is probably 2007.
Help me set the scene.
All right. The presets are about to hit their prime.
Oh, that's the band. Sorry, I thought. Okay, I don't know what that is. but-
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you don't know who the presets are?
No.
You can
okay.
go home. and do
It's
some
an
research.
Australian electronic band that was big probably before Chris was in Australia. So
Correct. Famously came here in 2011.
yes.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
So they had a hit single, "My People."
Could I hear it on Triple J?
People loved it.
You could.
Anyway, this festival was booked. They were booked for this festival, and obviously they were booked before they made it big because they were put on as the headline act for a small, like, electronic tent away from the main stage.
Cool.
Yeah.
Problem was that then they made it big, and so everybody at the festival wanted to go and see them. So everybody's like thousands and thousands of people are trying to cram into this small tent. I managed to get up to the front because I went there a few hours early and watched a bunch of DJ acts I didn't care about. But I noticed like halfway through the preset set, it had gotten so hot and condensed in there, everybody's sweat was condensing on the ceiling and raining back down on us in this tent.
That's
And it was just like, dripping down. It was raining on their electronics, like on the keyboards and everything. They were not happy. Like you could tell they weren't into it.
So
there
if you,
it
had,
is.
if you had to rate it,
Yeah.
sweaty rain,
Yep.
chocolate rain, purple rain,
Yep.
tears in the rain.
I would rate it 5 Zion raves out of 5.
Five
Yeah.
Zion rays out of a
Yeah.
5. Whoa,
Oh, yeah.
that's some bum.
Yeah.
And they're in a kiln, if I'm not mistaken, or a pizza oven.
To be
It's a wood
cremated.
fire pizza oven.
Because it's getting hot.
Yeah. That was
It's a visual metaphor.
It was disgusting. It was just dripping with other people's sweat.
That's the worst
And
thing.
The worst part was you'd like go to raise your arm up, right? To a bit of that.
Woo!
And you'd catch a whiff of it on the way up, and it was the worst, like gag-worthy smell. So as soon as the set finished, I ran out and found a tap and just drenched myself like out on the
I
ground.
had a similar
outside.
story, but it's not so much a rave, an electronic rave. It was more just at a very sweaty metal gig where some friends of mine were like, "Oh, let's go to the front." I'm like, "Cool, fine, that's totally fine." One of them got to the safe area, which is this gate at the front, it's kind of this barrier
Yep.
where you can hold on to it and you can't be kind of moved or touched.
As you're not allowed to be? Like it's like...
No, it's just like no
home
one
base?
no one kind of could because you're kind of you're just too far. You're too far in the front. However, I got this short friend of mine who I was with, shorter friend, and I was basically protecting him. And I just had this other guy next to me. If you've ever seen Along Came Polly and the basketball scene with Ben Stiller, Philip Seymour Hoffman,
We're both shaking our heads. Yeah, just
basically,
I know who those actors are, though, so I'm pretty sure I can piece it together.
So it's this scene where Ben
oh,
Stiller.
hang on. Sorry, wet. Where's that water coming from?
It's from everyone's faces.
Everyone's
and backs.
bodies, human
Yeah.
bodies.
Yeah.
Sorry,
100%.
please continue.
There's a scene in Along Came Polly where Ben Stiller goes up against this really massive dude who's playing basketball, and he's so sweaty, but he's gone like shirtless, and he's just like Ben Stiller's face against his chest, and it just slips on it,
It's lubricated.
and he comes away, and it's like strings of sweat follow his head.
Oh.
That's what it was like at this gig.
That's not how sweat's supposed to work. Got something very wrong with your body if your sweat is stringy.
It's like also the scene Along Came Polly is it's that part is in slow mo, so it's like you just see everything. That's what this gig was like. This huge guy just like, "Oh, sorry, man." I'm like, "It's all right. I'm just covered with you at this point. Thanks.
Yeah, when I was
I basically
younger,
know you better than my girlfriend right now."
when I was younger, I was like, I was able to deal with those sorts of things, but I think I couldn't do it now. I have so many like
Hell no.
sensory sort of hang-ups now that if I was feeling other people's bodily fluids on my body, I would probably be out of there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm headed to this weekend. I'm going to a gig at the same venue.
Same band?
Definitely not.
Okay.
It's a more chilled vibe.
Okay.
But even then, I'm going to be like,
So more.
where is the seat? Where is the space that I can carve out for myself? Hear the same music as everyone else.
So it's more Mark Wahlberg at the end of Rockstar than the middle.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Not them.
That one went over my head.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So, are you familiar with the reality TV show Rockstar in Excess?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so-
like Rockstar in this was like the rock version of like the pop stars / American Idol thing, right?
Yeah, but I think
and then they did one where they tried to find the new lead singer for INXS, that's a weird.
I think Rockstar in Excess was the first one because
okay.
I think it played off the movie. Because in Rockstar, Mark Wahlberg replaces the singer in a famous metal band.
Oh, okay.
They want rid of him. He is a very talented cover band guy, like impersonator. So they just hire him to replace the main guy. Now, these are the two dudes, aren't they, from the video game? Are they not? Or are they just two dudes?
This isn't one of the video game people, no.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, Agent Smith, you just...
Oh, now there's twice as many Hugo Weavings as there
no.
were before.
It's usually a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
I mean,
awesome.
if there were two Elrons, Lord of the Rings would have gone better.
Yeah.
Think about it. Old mate's there at the very beginning.
But everyone doesn't do anything.
He
He
fails.
famously does nothing.
He fails to convince old mate to throw the ring into the fires of Mount Doom when Sauron first gets killed.
Okay.
If there were two of him, he could arguably be twice as persuasive.
We could be like, you can listen to me, or you could, or other me could
Good cop.
make you do it.
Good cop, bad cop.
Good cop, bad cop.
Listen, my friend here, he wants to cut off your hands and throw them into the fire with the ring still attached. I think you want to help us.
With one scenario, you lose your whole hands.
Yeah, exactly.
The other scenario is
He's
just-
crazy, but he'll do it. I don't want that. I'm your friend out here. It could work. I'm just saying, if there were more Hugo Weavings in Lord of the
I
Rings,
feel like
it
if
could
it-
have gone better.
I feel
don't
like-
think it could have gone worse.
What
true.
other movies would be made better by more Hugo
Additional
Weavings?
Hugo Weavings.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 3.
Was he in here?
No, but famously couldn't get much worse. So
Yeah.
for some films, there's only one direction. And
It's true.
yeah,
One Hugo Weaving where there was none is
Correct.
infinitely better film.
Oh.
plus one to Hugo Weavings. It's a D&D thing. Plus a saving throw.
The only other movie I can think of with Hugo Weaving in it right now is Captain America: First Avenger.
Oh, that would have gone real bad.
Yeah,
If there were more
would
than-
have, if there were more Red Skulls.
yeah. Red Skull, famously too evil for the Nazis. They kicked him out.
Yeah, it's
Like you, as a long-time listener of this show would know, we hate Nazis.
Two.
Yeah, no.
But if
Nazis
even
aren't-
they
aren't cool.
hate you, you know you're a piece of shit. Like if Nazis are refusing your membership card, you goofed. You've goofed.
You've done good.
Yeah. Control Z your whole life.
I don't know if I want to rate my own life over whether Nazis accept me or not.
Yeah, you should.
I hopefully you're not just Control Zing, just to tone it down enough to make it under the Nazis. I'm hoping you'll just do a do-over.
Yeah.
Like on The
Mulligan,
Sims, where
mate.
things just get too hectic, and you just command in, make a whole new save file,
right.
let the old house burn to the
I'll
ground.
command
Look up
key and
some-
terminal and then just. It's done.
Did you say Commander
Hugo.
Keen?
Command key? Command K, sorry.
Because Commander Keen was a heck of a video game.
Was Command K.
Several. of them.
Several video games. 4 was very good. Very, very good.
I used to play. I played a lot. I don't
Yeah.
remember which version though.
He had a pogo stick on
Oh.
most of them.
Multiple Hugo Weavings in V for Vendetta.
V Vendetta. Yeah.
V was... He wasn't the hero of that film, though.
Oh. No.
He was a force for good, maybe. He pushed along a positive change, but
But he would have been able to push that change a lot more. With more.
he probably would have been able to achieve it himself.
Yeah.
Could have left old mate Natalie Portman alone.
What else have we
Leave Natalie alone.
I still think that if I had two of me, being able to good cop, bad cop any situation would be pretty cool.
Absolutely. But one of the things I've often fantasized about is being able to duplicate myself, like Dr. Manhattan, in Watchmen,
Sure.
perform
Or that
two
one guy from
sep-
Smallville season 1, he does it.
perform separate tasks,
Yep.
and then rejoin,
Yeah.
and then acquire the benefit of having done both. So, for example, send one to work, other one sleeps. I'm very tired. I'm going to be honest with you. If every day I was both sleeping and going to work, which is a necessity, got to pay them bills.
Yep.
You know,
I
how
got-
good would that be?
I got 2 for you.
Yeah.
First one, Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
More Hugo Weavings, always good.
Oh, so good.
Just generally more drag queens, good.
And then I've got
We
one.
should get a drag queen on the show.
Yeah, I'm down. I don't know any, but I can reach out to some friends who will know some.
Okay, cool.
100%.
and I've got a second one that arguably has multiple Hugo Weavings.
Ooh, Matrix Reloaded.
Well, yes. Yeah, no revolutions because we're watching Reloaded. No, Cloud
It's
Atlas.
just exponential.
Where he
Cloud
plays
Cloud
several-
Atlas. I
several
only know the
characters
reference
across-
from Rick and Morty.
Could Hugo, if there were more Hugo Weavings available to you,
Yeah.
could Hugo
on.
Weaving have played every character?
Yeah, but that would have been a fantastic film.
Like a one-man show. Take it on Broadway, off Broadway,
That movie,
over Broadway.
it's not really that confusing, but it definitely wouldn't be helped by having.
Still the Wachowskis, right?
Yeah. They adapted it, yeah.
So it's someone else's screenplay, though.
It's a book. Apparently the book is much better than the film. I really like the film. It's one of those things that's the sort of story that's really hard to adapt, and I actually respect how well they managed to do it.
I feel when people say, "Oh, the book's much better than the film," it's kind of like, well, in what sense? Because like they're two different mediums.
Yeah,
if I want
right.
to watch something, a book's real bad.
Well, I think
It is.
I want to consume it in the space of an hour and a half. It's real bad.
I guess it comes down to like a
Storytelling.
book has
right?
to be able to tell a good story,
Yeah.
right? And so
all it's
it
got
focuses
going
on
for
its story. And
Yeah.
then
Yep.
if a film can't tell that story that well,
Yeah.
then that's a
Is
problem. But
is that Adam Baldwin
no,
or just another evil-looking
I think
human?
it's just probably another Gamergator.
Yeah. He's clearly a Gamigator. See? When you're looking at him, trying to pretend he's normal.
I feel like, oh man, they should probably guess that this guy's not on the level.
When you shake someone's hand and,
And
you
it
come
covered
over
in
with
blood.
blood,
Yeah.
that's... Ooh. Are you hollow? Was that
No,
you?
I just knocked this. I just got a little bit of Hollow Man, Kevin Bacon, classic film. Not very
Oh,
good.
very scary, though. I was frightened
Never
by that as
seen
a
it. Never
child.
heard of it.
Most of my horror experiences happened when I was a child. And I think that tells a lot about me as an adult.
You've made choices and they've benefited
Poor
you.
choices. I now have an excellent sense of discernment when it comes to fear. That looks scary. Not having a bar of it. That works. That's a skill that I have now that I did not have at aged 8.
You're infinitely less scared and more alive. It's fun.
I mean, I don't think I'm less scared. When I was a child, I had no fear. Now there could be puppets around or moths. Any bug that moves
course.
abnormally.
Yeah, I don't love scary movies. I don't really seek it out.
What about scary games? Because you play a lot more games than I do.
Yeah, occasionally, but
Resident Evil, Silent Hill.
well, Resident Evil movies aren't. Games aren't really that.
The
scary.
last one was pretty.
Resident Evil 7 was supposed to be pretty scary.
I played the demo. And
Yeah,
it was freaking.
I really
scary.
liked Resident Evil 7, but say like PT, the Silent Hills
The Silent
teaser,
Hill thing.
that scared me. Like that was scary because it's freaky.
Short of any character crawling out of the TV and attacking you, like how did it scare you?
Well, it's just it gets in your head, right? So it's, I mean, same as a scary movie. Like that stuff's not going to get you. But
I don't know.
I think that's the problem with me is that I despite being, I think, fairly level-headed and rational at all other times, I get very irrational.
I think there's something in horror games, right, where you're in control. So you know that there's probably going to be a jump scare or something's about to happen to make you jump. And so you're waiting for it. And then the waiting is the hard part. And so you're like, do I walk around this corner? Do I look behind me? Do we do that? And then you do it, and then inevitably there is or isn't something. But
I think I just get too attached to myself as the protagonist in either the film or the game, and it's like I try and soak myself in that world, and I am that player. I am that that person.
Immersion, mate.
As far as Alan Wake, did you ever play Alan Wake?
I have, and I love that
It's
game.
a great game.
That doesn't
made really well.
I don't find that game scary, but
It's a thriller.
It's a thriller. It's Stephen King.
It's so
Is
good.
it?
Inspired.
It
It's
is-
not.
it's
It's not written by him, but it's inspired by it's
And
very Stephen King.
And does
I
a
see.
really good job of
Inspired
it.
by his shtick, not
Yeah,
necessarily
for
adapted
sure,
from
yeah.
one of his
But they do a great job with it.
Oh, it's so
It's
good.
amazing.
so good.
But it freaked the shit out of me playing that at night. I had a friend
the
who
lady of the light gone mad in the night. That's how you reshape destiny. It's a song from that game. One of them.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think
I can't even memorize the
think-
lyrics.
That's got that game has Nick Cave music in it. Actually, you can't buy it anymore on Steam, and you can't because same I assume on Xbox.
PS3 it was good.
Um,
Xbox or something. Yeah, Xbox One.
Yeah, you can't buy it anymore because between each chapter, there was a song, like a licensed song, and the license for all this music's up, so they can't sell it anymore.
so. You'd have to try and track down a physical copy.
Yeah,
You should. I mean, it's a thriller. You will hate it, but it's
really good.
It's a really good game.
it's really good.
But what's the genre?
Thriller.
Thriller, but you run through the woods at night.
So basically,
with a torch a lot.
Nah,
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
nah.
You get to
It's pretty good.
No. I've seen enough.
It's hard to
I've
say
seen enough
what's
stills
real
from
and what's
Slender
not
Man
because it's
games
almost
to be
like
fun.
it's like a novel come to life.
It will. It does a really cool. It was one of the first. A few games have done this since, but it was the first thing I played that did the whole between each. It separated into chapters or episodes, and it would have credits for each and a song for each chapter, and then when you came back, it'd be like previously on Alan Wake, and it'd recap it. And then after that, though, there's a game called Asura's Wrath, which took that format and had an anime spin to it. So then they would do that. They would do the previously on, and then they would do a next time on. So you would see all the stuff you're about to play. But the thing was that the game was so ridiculous and amazing and over the top that you'd see these little snippets of what you're about to play. You'd be like, oh, I can't wait to play that.
That would be
great.
a really
That's
cool
sick.
thing if they took the Arrested Development route, and the next time on was never true.
Yeah, it was never part of it.
Never
You know, so this is obviously a long time ago when watching Arrested Development the first time, but it took me probably the first season and a half to realize that they were not actually.
I don't think I did until season 4, until the Netflix one. I don't think I realised. I don't know if I paid that much attention when I was watching the first 3. I might have even have skipped them because I was watching it on DVD.
And you can do that.
You can do that. It's the power of DVD.
Have you ever watched Arrested Development, John?
I feel like I started it, but I didn't get anywhere into it.
Oh, that's a shame. It hasn't
I was sold
aged
because of-
well in some spots.
Has it not? I haven't watched it.
I think there's some like homophobic jokes and stuff like that, here and there. Stuff that probably flew by a little better in the early 2000s than it does now.
It's the
And shouldn't have.
No, it's similar
Yeah,
and similar in Friends. There are bits that
Oh,
I'm sure
dude,
I
there's
laughed
so
at the
many
time, and now I'm like,
References of friends.
oh no,
Like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I was like Chandler's dad
they do not handle that well at all.
as a trans.
Chandler's dad is a trans
Never
woman,
seen much.
but,
Haven't seen
trans
much
woman.
Friends.
but they always refer to Chandler's father as his father, as him, as never with a real name, always as Chandler's dad.
Yeah, Chandler's dad or my father.
Yeah, but she lives as a woman full time. It's weird.
Yeah, and
okay.
at the
It's
time,
poorly handled.
we laugh along with people who are laughing along
Yeah,
because
you do.
it's aired
And
it's in front of a live studio audience.
Arguably, it's a kind of conditioning as well, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah, absolutely.
that sort of thing perpetuates its normalcy by being normal.
Not okay looking back though.
Yeah,
At
not
all.
ideal.
But that's, in some ways, it's good, right? That, like, in the sense that we're in a place now where we can look back and it is so obviously not okay.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm always
It's good to have those.
not only has society as a whole managed to progress and become more accepting and a better place in that way a better place, and other ways some bad shit's happening, but the fact that we as people have grown ourselves and haven't stagnated with what we've been indoctrinated with as children, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like.
Getting deep on the popular cult podcast.
Anyway, This is a bit of a shout out and a call back.
Whoa.
It's everything. And also a call back to our famously popular Richie Rich episode. Technically, this is a retraction. John Larroquette was not the mayor in Spin City. I was wrong about that. I got called out by it. By a fan of the show, which is positive because it proves we have a fan. That was Barry Bostwick. Barry Bostwick was the mayor in Spin City. John Larroquette, who plays the bad guy in Richie Rich, is in Boston Legal. He's a tall, grey-haired white dude, so you can understand my confusion, but it is a different tall, grey-haired man. So I apologize to discerning listeners. I apologize to everyone I misled. Most importantly of all, I apologize to Barry Bostwick. The real victim here. I don't know how many Oscar nods he missed out on because everybody thought it was John Larroquette. I'm sorry, I lost it. But anyway, yeah, I said John Larroquette was the mayor from Spin City, and I was so excited, and I was thinking about the whole film. And
You had that piece of trivia ready to go with you on the
I
night.
had it. It was written down.
I remember you like, guys.
Yeah, I brought it up as soon as I could. As soon as I saw his face or his name, I brought it up, and it was wrong. And Gavin called it out. So, you know, I can understand if you want to keep Gavin permanently now. Get rid of me, because at least he knows Barry Bostwick from John Larroquette. Whereas, like an idiot. I didn't know that.
If we took knowing things as the measure of being
It's
on
not
this
a
podcast,
dress. It's not a dress.
it's not a dress.
No,
It's a
it's-
coat.
it's a
If he
coat
buttoned
with
it all the way
oriental
down,
flavour.
it would be a dress.
Yeah.
What's annoying about that is now he has to wear pants. The whole point of wearing a dress is you don't have to wear pants.
Is that the point of a dress?
Yes.
100%. Who wants to wear pants?
Oh, I
No
don't.
one wearing a dress does.
Why are we wearing
100%.
pants right now?
I'm not.
Well,
I'll leave it up to the imagination.
that sounds sexier than the reality that you're just wearing shorts.
I'm wearing
but-
short pants. Shorts. I'm the only one wearing shoes as well. I feel like I missed the memo.
I just
Jeans
was
and bare
lazy and
feet
put thongs
and
on.
black
so-
t-shirts.
Yeah. We're the stylish
And the
guys. you know?
sweatback hair and beards.
Yeah, well,
Whereas I'm over here in blue t-shirt and shorts.
Baby face.
This
Shoes.
is all from just being too lazy.
Slightly
to-
balding.
Clean shaven.
Yeah. I wish I was clean shaven, but as previously mentioned, bit lazy.
Yeah.
Very,
Aren't we all?
very lazy. Sometimes I load the dishwasher in the afternoon.
I like having the beard. I'm a bit over the long hair now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
You've rocked it for so long.
I
Well-
think about your hair when we first met.
yeah. No, it's
I,
sort of,
I honestly can't decide which I prefer. They're both good.
Oh,
so
thank
I think you can't lose in this situation.
I don't
win-win.
remember you with shorter hair.
I'll find the third option where I lose. But
Shave your head.
yeah, I'm at the point now where I'm ready to cut it. But I was just been waiting for it to get a little bit longer so that I can cut it off and donate it. It needs to be 12 inches, and I want to be able to cut it and not just have it like a shaven head. So
Yeah.
I think I'm there.
Yeah.
So 2018, new year, new me. Hey, guys, the Neo's about to become CG and be piled on by a bunch of CG.
The Sean pile.
Where does it start? There. Here. No, he's still real Keanu.
Yeah, it's when he gets into with the pole and starts doing all the pole
That was
stuff.
my favourite piece of cinema for years.
Oh, really?
So obviously fake.
This
too. Now that I look
movie-
back at it.
So some of these Smiths, though,
That throw is sick.
are extras in makeup. So some of this is practical effect and some of it is CG. There's some like similar looking dudes.
Oh no.
This is interesting. So a regular agent shows up.
You.
Me.
So interestingly, do you guys know the YouTube channel Game Theory?
Yeah.
And the associated spin-off Film Theory.
Yeah,
Oh.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
There is a film theory, if you haven't seen it, it's definitely worth watching, where the theory is that Neo is not the one. That in fact, Smith is the one.
Yeah, I've heard this theory.
Because what we know from the architect about the purpose of the one in terms of the system is that the one
Resets it.
resets it.
Yeah.
So the one dies, resets the matrix.
Yep.
And what Morpheus says about the one, there was a man born inside who could change anything he wanted, who could remake the matrix as he saw fit.
Yep.
The only Neo, I guess, is born inside. That's true. But Smith is literally born inside.
He's created for the purpose of what it needs to be.
There it is.
And then he says something interesting at the very beginning of this that we obviously talked through. He says, I understood my purpose. I knew what I was supposed to do, but I didn't. And what he's supposed to do is go back to the source, and we're supposed to assume and die and be deleted. But if an argument was made that he is the one, what he was supposed to do is go back to the source and reset the matrix.
Mm-hmm.
And when does the matrix reset? Because we see it reset at the end of Revolutions.
Yep.
It doesn't reset when Neo goes and sees Machine Face, which is the source.
That being said, the architect, the conversation he has in the end of this film with Neo is that, he is the one, and that he's been there 5 times previously. They've always picked the same door to go to reset the source.
Correct. And Neo doesn't.
Neo does not do
Correct.
that.
Neo
He
is an
saves
aberration.
Trinity. Yep.
So an argument, I think that the literal understanding is supposed to be that because the other ones were not the one, Neo is the one. There can't be more than one. Unless you're talking about the one in your love life, as is made clear in Flight of the Conchords, you can have 5 ones. I thought you said she was the one. She was the one. But what about Michelle? Yeah, she was another one. You can have more than one. Yep. How many ones can you have?
I don't know.
I don't know. 5. A lot of our schooling in New Zealand is just Flight of the Conchords videos.
Well, it makes sense. Ours is the castle. So.
It's funny. I actually thought in New Zealand that was just standard Australian life. The castle.
The castle.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, it
Well,
is.
it's not.
Yeah.
But it was sort of the norm for everyone.
We all live by airports that are trying to knock our houses down. Is
Not
that?
everyone lives by the airport, but everyone obviously aspires to.
I feel like maybe
We're not too far from an airport here, to be honest.
a generation or two ago, it was definitely more the case.
Yep.
I feel like the thing about the castle is, even though it's made in the 90s, it's really about a family in like the 80s.
Yeah, definitely. You can
Or
tell-
they're stuck in the 80s. But
Yeah. Yeah, but there's a lot of about the castle that now that I'm a little bit older and I'm sort of moving into that more domestic life where I have a house, I have a mortgage, I have kids. That sort of like own your own castle, right? Mm-hmm. That's definitely something that I can definitely understand better now that I'm on this side of 30. John, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about.
I am
but,
15.
How's the Serenity out in Clyde, man?
And Clyde, you'd know. You came and saw it.
Yeah, I did.
How's the Serenity?
Oh.
I basically live in Bonnie Doon. It's great. Living the dream. I don't have a boat or nothing, but
I've actually never been to Bonnie Doon, have you, Chris?
I was shocked to learn
No,
it was a real
I
place.
haven't. Yeah,
Steph, as my wife, has actually been to Bonnie Doon.
I think
Yeah.
Laura's.
She
been to
invited me
Pontoon.
once.
Did you sing the song?
I hope they did.
Yeah, otherwise you didn't really go.
Did
Did you say ISIS?
No, I was about to say I wanted to, and I probably sang the song
Yeah, for sure.
not being there.
To Bonnie Doon.
We're going to Bonnie Doon.
Dad had this song that he sang wherever we go to the Bonnie Doon. It was a bit repetitive. If we were doing this now, remaking it, shot for shot,
Yep.
Christoph
Waltz.
Waltz, yeah.
Yeah, I can see
Michael
it.
Fassbender.
Fassbender too. So here's the thing: he's French, right? So he plays a bad guy. because I guess when you're American,
Anything
somebody
foreign is
French
bad,
can be sort of foreign enough. Would an Australian or a New Zealander be able to do something like this? If it, could
Just thinking of Taika Waititi.
yeah. So you're not the one.
Oh, boo.
Don't really care. I've got these two blokes with me who will kill you and stuff.
Oh, yeah. All right, then.
This is my wife, Portia.
What an Aussie say, Chris.
I don't think I can do a very good New Zealand
I don't know.
impression.
Is this podcast family friendly?
No, it's E. It's rated E for explicit.
Oh, okay.
We can't have it friendly.
Fuck
friendly.
Nazis.
Because I'm pretty sure. Oh, you the fucking one, cunt. You think you're the fucking one, do ya? I'll show you the fucking one. Come on. Come outside, mate. We'll fucking show you. Fucking cunt.
Been around here for fucking ages. He just moved here, cunt. Because he's been there for like 5 generations of the Matrix.
It's true.
That's the Merovingian's story, is that somehow he archived himself and then used 7-zip just to come back in the new Matrix.
What's he doing to her?
So the Merovingian, he drugged her, yeah. He drugged her with like code, because obviously everything's code.
It was the Matrix, yeah.
Yeah. But
What?
Yeah.
I think he didn't need to actually use like an actual drug because he can just rewrite the code. Yeah.
What?
So he's kind of
Buddy, he's a master builder.
he's
It's the Legos version of master builder.
and then this is a bit weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
hello. Yeah. For the audience listening, there was just a digital orgasm
Yeah, so
that the camera decided to fly into and through.
even as a kid I knew that's what that was.
Oh,
But
yeah.
You
kids
keep
at
saying as a
school-
kid, but you're not that much younger than me, and this movie came out when I was like 18.
I guess
What?
I think of that as a kid still. I have kids now. You all seem young to me. Even when I'm the youngest person in a room, if no one else has kids, I'm like, you don't have any idea, you young bloke.
I feel the exact opposite. No matter
Yeah.
how old I feel,
You
I know
feel-
how much older I get. I always feel young because my friends that I keep are older than me and further along in life. Wisdom.
But at the
Basically
time,
15.
other people were telling me, no, she peed her pants.
No.
And I was like,
Sorry,
I don't
kids.
think so.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think you can do that with cake. I think even if you're asleep and you put someone's hand in cake, I don't think that's what happens. Even maybe if it's like,
That joke just keeps coming at me.
Chris just lost it.
yeah, no,
Oh, he's back. He's back.
it's too much.
Oh, dude. Because also a part of me was like, as much as I would hate to pee myself, I'd love that. I'd love to have someone just randomly put my hand in cake.
That should be a good party trick.
I just want my hand in cake. Is that too much to ask?
Like,
I don't even care if it makes me piss myself. I just want my hand in cake, guys. Steph, can you please just, when I'm asleep, get some cake and put my hand in it? All right?
I cannot breathe.
like a fetish.
Mate.
Like, do that thing. Can you do that
Mate.
thing I like tonight? Oh, we did it last night. I'm tired.
We're wasting too much good cake, guys. Oh, wow. All right.
This is what you look like when I did my thing.
Oh, dude.
I did lose it that time, that's for sure.
Selma Hayek, though, right? We would use Selma for this.
That's not Selma
I
Hayek.
need to get control.
No, in the new version.
Oh.
So in my head, I'm also working on a terrible version. You know, like the terrible Fantastic Four with Miles Teller.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't this the terrible version?
The Fantastic version.
Oh, yeah, so if we were going to do a
Fan Matrix.
Matrix, but the A is a 4.
Yes. So good.
They did a Matrix with 3X's like porn parody, didn't they?
Oh, come on. Yeah.
Low hanging fruit. The one.
Oh no, Trinity's got a gun out. She's going to shoot the other lady.
Excuse me, miss, if you could put your gun away. This is just a no gun zone. Oh wow. Wow. Oh, because he has to kiss her for arbitrary reasons.
Is her name Monica Bellucci? Is that who she is?
The actress or the character?
The actress. I have no idea.
I'll have to Google it.
Talk to me, Goose.
So he's got to kiss her again.
What?
Oh, but now he means business.
He's
Sunglasses
going to
are off.
mean it.
Oh, Trinity's not into it.
She's not happy.
Oh, maybe she is into
Kiss
it.
me like you would kiss her. I think that's the thing.
Kiss me like hands and cake.
Oh, Jesus. Fun fact, Monica Bellucci, correct.
Well done. So silver Bants just goes on werewolves, yeah? No, that's...
I don't know.
So they're the equivalent of...
Totally out of it.
They're the equivalent of agents.
I have no idea what's
So
going
hot.
on in this movie.
I'm back. Oh, good.
They're the equivalent of agents from an older version of the Matrix. So
kill them with
apologies
silver bullets.
about that, everyone. We took a brief break because I was laughing too hard and John thought he might have wet his pants.
I couldn't breathe.
Oh wow!
Trouble sucking in air into my body.
Yeah, no, it's full on. Oh, the key maker. Here he is. There he is, making keys. You know he's the key maker because
It's all the keys in the room.
yeah,
That's what he does.
it's basically just
Is that what he like? Does he make keys with the door in mind, or does he just make keys because he can?
So I think the keys that he makes can link one door to a different place because they always go to a specific door and use a specific key. So I don't think that any door in the world, if the Oracle's man friend, Seraph is his name, had used that key on any door, I don't think it would have gone there. Because later on when Neo was trying to find the architect, he has to find the right door.
But
So who's this guy?
The Merovingian.
or as I would call him, the Frenchman,
The Frenchman.
because I could never pronounce it.
I think that's what Merovingian means.
So what does he do? What's his part in this scene?
So he just wants to do well out of the Matrix. He's a program
He's a business
from an old version of the Matrix who had a purpose, and has sort of found a business for himself in the new Matrix. And he's got lots of henchies. So he had werewolf henchies before. I think the implication was that they were vampires, but I don't think you kill vampires with silver bullets, do you? Or is it
werewolves.
werewolves, right?
Yeah, vampires are like steak in the
Steaks.
heart and garlic and. I love this trick where you're just like, I'm just stopping these bullets.
Oh my god, the CG bullets, he managed to stop all of them.
Yeah.
He has...
You can reuse those bullets now.
No, you can't because they've been shot by a
out
gun.
of the cartridge, but he's really good at Maya, so he can control
What?
the CG.
Maya?
Yeah.
Is that the CG program?
Yeah.
A little bit of insider knowledge for us there.
Hot tips.
Not Cinema 4D.
3D Studio Max.
You're not a Cinema 4D man?
Actually, fun fact about
Yeah?
The Matrix. I think it was actually the sequels. Old mate Neo, Keanu, I think he ended up giving... I'm not sure if it was his entire paycheck for one of the films or if it was just a lot of money to the CG crew, like the animators.
Really?
Like he literally... No, I think it was in the millions that he was
Do you
giving
think he
people.
regrets that now?
I don't know. He seems like a real cool dude. He probably doesn't. I think it's one of those things where he sort of recognized that they kind of put a lot of the character into the film. Like he
They
said.
did, yeah. It looks dated now, but that's not their fault.
No.
And it doesn't look
So he hooked them up.
terrible. So yeah, that's interesting because
Yep.
All the keys for the keymaker. Clearly, they leave some of the doors open that have been unlocked with keymaker keys, and then when he closes it, it becomes the normal door. And
Yep.
that's where Neo ends up in France.
Oh. So the Matrix isn't just one city.
Wow, I guess not. Are there castles in New York?
No.
I mean, maybe in Matrix, New York.
Of course. I read an article recently which reminded me about Brendan Fraser.
Oh yeah, that's a person.
Dude,
He's gone, right? Like, he's out.
I'm going to reference a future episode we're going to do on the Mummy, the original Mummy.
We should definitely watch
We're
The Mummy.
doing that.
Or The Mummy Returns. They're both good.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm not 100% on The Mummy Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. I haven't seen it.
I've seen it. I don't rate it.
Don't rate it. Jet Li doesn't save it.
Nah.
Does Jet Li make it better or worse?
I'd rather watch he'd make it better,
Oh, wow.
but
Sorry, Brendan.
the story is weak.
Well, that's not Brendan's fault.
It's not anyone who's acting's fault.
Well, maybe. We don't know that. I mean, I just know that's not Brendan's fault.
It's not Brendan's fault.
No.
But the first one, yeah, I'm keen to do an episode on that. It's a favourite.
It's a very good film. Another film that could be improved dramatically with the addition of additional
Hugo Weavings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More Hugos, as always.
Hashtag more Hugo Weaving.
Yep. If you've watched this episode, then obviously include hashtag more Hugo in your social media posts about it. And that way we'll know, we'll get that, we'll laugh.
Double Hugo.
Double Hugo all the way across the sky.
Hugo squared.
Yeah, maybe. That'll be Hugo times Hugo.
So good.
That'll be hard to do.
I'm sure there's a really great pun here that we're just not quite getting.
Well,
Wake me up when Hugo go.
yeah, it's good. Yeah, you can tweet us at popular_cult.
Yeah. Damn it, the person who got it without the underscore. Tweet them too. Just ask if they're willing to
Just
move.
annoy them.
Yeah. Yeah.
100%.
I mean, be respectful, but try to include hashtag more Hugo. Just so we know that you're...
Let's get out there.
Let's get out there. Exactly. Whoa, Jada. That was a pretty good move.
Yeah.
There was a splits jump. Famously, people in this film typically do flip jumps.
Yep, split jumps are pretty cool.
They're pretty cool.
Turns out split jumps also pretty cool.
They are pretty cool when Jada does it.
Yep.
Well,
Whoa.
that's interesting. That's a new move. They were throwing bombs.
Oh, that guy looks like Jamie Oliver. Oh no! Oh no!
That went south fast.
They were
Yeah,
in real
it did.
stuff, yeah.
They really have bad OH&S on that ship.
They do, especially because...
Like that wasn't even the machines that caused that, right? He just sort of tripped and fell and it broke.
think- I don't know if we saw it happen, but Adam Baldwin's character did that.
Adam's ball.
Adams Baldwin.
Adams Baldwin.
Adams Baldwin. Blood.
No, the
Oh,
blood down the
God.
Matrix.
Oh, see, because he's...
Oh wow, he's pretty messed up too.
Super dead.
Yeah.
Oh no!
And then
Whoa.
Then they got blowed up anyway. So what was
not
the
good.
point of organising their deaths? Or if maybe they didn't, maybe he didn't organise them, but they... What's the point of them dying in those sort of Final Destination-y ways if you're just going to blow them up? Final Destination.
I think they couldn't save them.
Oh,
Because essentially, if you'd EMP'd it, maybe it would have been fine. Just hit the thing and just bounced off.
Guys, I don't know if you know this, but if you die in the Matrix, you die in real life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if you know this, but we could be in a simulation right now. We don't know.
That is what I've heard. Yeah.
It's pretty fucking bold of the machines, though, to let us watch a movie about that if that's what we're in.
Yeah, well, it's like theories about the Illuminati, right? They can control everything: the government, banking systems. They can control education programs, space programs. But old mate on YouTube, they can't shut him down.
Yeah.
He's going to get the truth out.
Mate. Just as soon as he's managed to prove flat Earth, he's going to move back onto...
So, Chris, we're
Illuminati.
famously at odds with the flat Earth movement. Flat Earth movement,
What are you
Nazis,
talking about?
anti-vaxxers, and what was Chris's one? People who like something that he doesn't like.
What? Me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you.
brought the ire of someone early on.
Today,
Yeah, he said unpopular opinion. I don't like blah, or I like
hot
blah.
take.
It was really early on.
Oh, I'd forgotten. Sorry,
no,
guys.
so
If we could, if only we were recording this and there was
Future
some way to
John.
go back and check what I was talking
If you
about.
could just cut that in now.
So, as a first timer on the podcast, I'm just going to put it out there for the listeners. This is either going to make you love me or hate me. Never watched an episode of Supernatural. Don't intend to.
I had the hand in the writing of a stage show Matrix parody.
Whoa.
When I was at high school, called The Mattress.
The mattress.
The Mattress, yeah. It was good. Shout out to Carl for actually writing it.
Good on you, Carl.
It was a really good guy.
So,
Stuff, Carl.
you probably find this on YouTube, but friends and I in late high school, kind of enjoyed a Matrix parody called Computer Boy.
Really? Computer Boy?
Yeah.
Not heard of it.
Yeah. There's probably not much more to say about it than that. And it probably doesn't hold up so great, but...
So, were you in it?
No. It was Australian made.
You watched it?
Yeah.
Oh.
We used to watch it a lot. It's like 20 minutes long, as any good parody is about 20 minutes.
Yeah, ours was really long, and it was probably to its weakness. Trinity was 3 people,
Whoa.
just like taped together.
What is it with you guys in the number 3?
New Zealanders?
Oh, here we go.
Well, Trinity means 3.
The Architect,
I understand
right?
that.
So who this is? The Architect?
The Architect, yep.
Yeah. Who is played magnificently by Will Ferrell in
Yep.
the spin-off.
And it's played in this version by Colonel Sanders.
Vis-a-vis.
There he is.
Is this... Yeah, this guy could be played by anyone. The guy who played
Someone actually famously pulled out of this.
President Snow in the Hunger Games films. Mm-hmm. Philip Seymour Hoffman would play the hell out of this character.
Yeah, if he would if he was not dead.
My dad could do this.
Yeah.
Shout out, Dad.
Shout out
play
to
this.
Chris's dad.
Yeah, I think
Dad Edge.
actually, to be honest, I think I watched this film at the cinema with Dad. I wonder what her plan here was. She jumps out the window, guns firing. Her intention, obviously, is to kill the agents, right? But
Whoa.
yeah, it's not clear why there's fire. Is it because Neo's moving really fast, or did he make the fire just?
Did
to be-
he ignite it?
Just to be
Or is fire just cool?
just to be a dick to the architect, and then he brings down that building, clearly a controlled demolition.
Yeah, 100%.
Architect tower blow up was an inside job.
So I think this is probably even more Tokyo than it is New York.
Yeah.
Having been to both, I haven't been to New York, but having been to Tokyo,
Having been to one.
having been to one. Steph's been to both though. And Tokyo is huge.
That's the icon for Path of Neo. Actually, Chris, I'm not sure if the standard definition might have actually
Help.
glossed over some of the more glaring
Do you think we've been like?
CG things where it hasn't aged well.
You think we've been like, oh my god, this is so crap CG, but it's really not too bad.
Yeah.
This is definitely Path of Neo.
Maybe.
Like, what's the frame rate here? That it seems too high.
He caused a lot of destruction.
It's like really smooth, but nobody arced up about him like they did about
He
Man of
caught
Steel.
him.
No,
I think
absolutely
it's
not.
because
This is a
people
simulation.
expect more of Superman than they do of Neo.
And also, this doesn't. I mean, they
Well, I
kill
mean,
people.
arguably Man of
They
Steel.
kill people who are actual humans who are just being used as batteries.
No, they don't. They
Yes, they
avoid
do.
that, don't they?
There's no way. I watched the first Matrix not long ago, and they
Yeah.
just went in and they're like, please remove any metallic items. And he opens his coat and he's like, oh shit. And then he just shoots everybody, and they're not agents.
True, he shoots all those guards.
And the guards aren't agents. The guards are just guards. They're just
Yeah,
doing their
that's true.
job.
They're just protecting what they think is an office building.
They're like, well, the thing that Morpheus plants in here, and this is where the cultish part of this podcast comes in, is they're not unplugged. So anyone, whilst we're trying to save them, they're also your enemy.
Yeah, because
And you're like,
Morpheus,
I
he's
don't know
not
about that.
he's not about waking up the masses
No, he's about finding the one.
because he thinks the one will wake up the masses. It's It's a for the greater good situation.
Yep. So kill as many guards as you want.
The casualties on the way are irrelevant because the net good of finding the one will
Outweighs
be
anything.
astronomical.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
It's
that person has a fake simulated family with some fake simulated food they got to put.
Well, they're not necessarily even fake. Like,
I mean, they're real people just in a simulated
this is
construct of the
interesting
world.
thing.
So
The humans are grown, right? So they're just sort of pairing people up.
are they?
Yeah.
oh, he's massaging
Or they're just
her
entering-
digital heart.
Are they entering people into this simulation and they're just finding each other like you would in any MMO?
And they're creating children based on pairing up their genetic codes in the real world.
Yeah.
Interesting. I often think about things like
Yeah, I
that.
wonder if. How does pregnancy work in this world? Like
Well,
this
when a
person's.
mummy and a daddy love each other very much.
I'm talking about the fact that every human in this simulation is supposed to be made by.
Are you just
grown?
but maybe you're just assigned a baby, like a new growth.
I was thinking, let's say Neo and Trinity are still plugged in and they have a baby.
Sure.
They've got Neo's genetic code on file. They've got Trinity's. It wouldn't be that hard to simulate sex cells, combine them, code that DNA, and create a baby from it. I think as far as the things
How
that
do they
they've
create the babies in the real world? They mention that they intravenously they liquefy the dead
Maybe they
and they
just-
feed it to the living,
Maybe
which
they-
is messed up on its own level. I missed that when I first watched
Yeah.
it, but when I rewatched it recently,
Yeah.
I caught that and I was like, "That's so messed up on
Yeah.
a whole level."
I think they, I presume that they can just extract your, they can probably extract semen and intravenously implant it onto an egg and then deliver the baby all while the host is asleep. Apparently, was it you that told me this, Chris, or someone else? In the olden days, some deliveries were done under general anesthetic.
Like they used to put women under general anesthetic
Yeah.
to deliver the baby.
Yeah.
This is like
Poor
the
choice.
60s, 70s.
I mean,
Obviously,
I've
they
not gone
stopped doing
through
that.
the
for-
absolute miracle of being a father yet, but I can maybe take a cue from Chris. Is that not advised?
That would be unwise. The delivering mother does a lot of work in that situation,
and also,
and without her work, I imagine the process would be quite difficult.
well, but it's not just that. It's also that you want that person alert to be able to tell you if there
What's
is a
going
problem,
on. Yeah.
right?
How are you feeling, etc.
If there is something obviously wrong.
Yes, and you can tell. Yeah. Oh, they found us,
Whoa.
and we're outside of the ship.
Oh,
Nebo.
no, Nebuchadnezzar.
Bloody Nebos, mate.
Oh, my nebo got blown up by bloody squiddos, cunt.
Oh, shit.
Fuck. Are squiddos like magpies?
Yeah.
Yeah, like we hate them because
fucking
we're
swooping.
terrified of them. Swooping scares the bejesus out.
Have you been through the
Yeah, I
experience?
don't love it.
Holy crap. I, stupidly as a teenage boy, was like, I invited this on. Because my friends, we would have our bikes and we'd have pretty good helmets and we'd just see who could survive. Stupid idea.
You could have gone blind,
Well, they're usually hitting us from behind, not in front.
but they could.
Head down.
What if they landed on your helmet?
I don't know.
I'm terrified.
Can't say we thought that through,
I'm
but
terrified as someone who has children of just like seeing my kids attacked by birds because I'm frightened of birds.
have you seen the film
The birds?
The Birds by Alfred Hitchcock?
No.
Or Pandemic? We need to see that.
No, I don't think so. It's a hard
Chris,
pass.
I don't know if you know this about Chris, not into scary films. It's not.
No, famously. And also confusing plot points. Not a big fan of them.
Okay, so
What is he doing? Neo just shot off an EMP in the real world.
yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, I accept that he's awesome in the Matrix, but why did he blow up them squiddies?
Isn't that the big question? Like,
Where does
He's
his
the-
oneness end?
Yeah. What? The whole point was that he was the one in the Matrix. In the
Here's a
real
real-
world.
Here's a real question. What if the real world is just another version of the Matrix? Is the simulation inside a simulation,
Boom,
Rick?
Inception.
see, that would have been a cool twist if they had gone that way with
That'd
it,
been
but then
sick.
they didn't.
They did not. Because then even in the third one, he can see
without
with
his eyes.
code
Yeah.
in the real world.
The rule is not coded. I mean, the machines run off. Or something.
Okay, so let's say that they're games, right? Obviously, the Matrix, the closest equivalent is The Sims.
Yep.
That's a big version of The Sims, or maybe Second Life.
Never heard of it.
So if this was a simulation, what game would it be? Plants vs Zombies.
VR chat, mate.
VR chat. What's VR chat?
That's the current
It's the new thing.
thing.
Chatting via
So out of the loop.
VR.
It's like a
I'm really pumped to
Second
try it.
Life type thing, but in VR.
So you're just. What does the other person see?
Whatever you want them to
Your
see.
avatar, yeah.
Or whatever your avatar is.
So it's a bit like what was that Bruce Willis vehicle a couple of years ago? Surrogates.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think I saw that.
So in Surrogates, everyone has like a me, and they control their me from
Their
like
home.
a pod in their bedroom.
Well, it's just like Second Life, right?
Yeah, but VR.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that Surrogates.
Yeah.
It's okay. Like if you're bored, watch it. Sorry, Bruce, it's not your best.
Wait. Oh,
To
was that
be
the end of the movie?
concluded.
That was it.
Oh, and then Rage Against the Machine.
Rage Against the Machine is pretty good.
Yep.
Rage Against
The end of
Machine
the
is very
first
good.
film was also Rage. Just,
Lana and what's Andy's new name?
Lily.
So is it Lana? Is the other? Is Lana the?
Lana
and
and Lily.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Lana and Lily Wachowski. So the movie is over. And I, for one, think it was tremendous. I'm getting different vibes from the couch, but that is the beauty of cinema. There's no right answer.
I'm cool with uncertainty. It's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of uncertainty, it's been a wonderful night with you boys. It's been Popular Cult Podcast. Thank you for joining me. Chris,
Thank you. Hi.
it's wonderful. It's been great having you.
Oh, thanks for
Thank you
having me,
joining
guys.
us.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
As always, I've got John with me.
It's been great.
And that's been a
always
good
been
night.
great. You may not have heard it, but I lost it earlier.
Oh, yes.
It's so good.
There were many laughs,
So much laughs.
frivolity, and mirth.
I've had.
I think I'm just going to update the description of the podcast.
cake.
to say that.
Had a-
Frivolity, mirth, and cake.
Yeah.
And I think if anything can bring us together in these dark times, it's that.
It's those three. Yeah.
I'm Chris.
I'm
and
John.
This has been Popular Cult.
I'm also Chris.
Good night, y'all.